What if I told you that a single day could change everything you thought you knew about yourself? The incredibly true adventure of two girls in love is a heartfelt, rebellious 90s rom-com that takes us on a wild journey of first love, self-discovery, and breaking the rules to follow your heart. It's the story of Randy, a rough around the edges misfit, and Evie, the polished straight-A student. Two girls from completely different worlds who fall for each other in the most unexpected way. But love isn't easy when everyone around you is trying to pull you apart. How far would you go to be with the one you love? Stick around as we break down this underrated sapphic classic. Randy Dean's life is anything but cookie-cutter normal. She crashes with her Aunt Rebecca and Rebecca's girlfriend Vicky in what she straight up calls a regular lesbo household. Like, zero apologies for who they are. Her days? A mix of school, making choices on the fly, and trying not to stress about tomorrow. Rebecca's always on her case about college plans, but Randy's more about living for today, you know? So one night, she rolls up to the house and it's the usual scene. Vicky's all, "You hungry?" while their buddy Frank is sprawled on the couch like he pays rent, which he doesn't. Randy's life might be messy, but it's her mess. And there's something kinda nice about that. School's a whole different ballgame. She sticks out like a sore thumb, and math? Forget about it. Total nightmare. Her friend Lena's always trying to pump her up with those "you got this" speeches. Sweet, but Randy can't get worked up about algebra when the world seems like it couldn't care less if she passed or failed. Across town, there's Evie. Girl's got the perfect house, perfect family, perfect everything. On paper anyway. But something's off, like wearing shoes that look amazing but pinch your toes all day. Then fate throws them together at this random gas station. Evie's standing there looking lost with a flat tire, and up walks Randy, who works there part-time. Nothing fancy about their first meeting. Just Randy being Randy, straightforward, no BS. But Evie can't stop thinking about it as she drives away. Wait, isn't that the girl everyone whispers about at school? Randy's used to the whispers though, the side eyes, the giggling behind hands, girls making up crap about her family, her life, water off a duck's back at this point. But there was something in the way Evie looked at her, not judging, just curious. Detention becomes Randy's second home. Today's crime, late again. Outside, she bumps into Evie, who looks like she's carrying the weight of the world. They plop down and actually talk. Like, really talk. Evie spills about her boyfriend HJ and how nothing makes sense anymore. Randy just listens. She gets it without having to say much. Love's messy. Sometimes what looks perfect on Instagram feels all wrong in real life. And Evie? She's digging Randy's take it or leave it vibe. There's this, electricity between them that neither expected. Of course, a teacher busts them mid-conversation. Principal's office time. Evie practically trips over herself, apologizing, thinking she got Randy in hot water. Randy just shrugs it off like, "Welcome to my world." For Evie, Randy's like this person who shouldn't fit into her carefully planned life, but somehow does. And Randy, she never thought someone like Evie would look twice at her. But here they are. Funny how life throws you curveballs when you least expect them. So Randy's trying to act all cool with her ex Wendy, claiming she's found someone new. Wendy? Total eye-roll moment. She's all, "Whatever, I could still come over later if you want." Like Randy's just gonna drop everything for her. Randy shuts that down fast. Got band practice. Sorry, not sorry. This sets Wendy off, throwing shade about Randy's new teenage romance. You can tell she's salty about losing her hold on Randy, but she storms off pretending she couldn't care less. Poor Evie's dealing with her own drama. Her so-called friends are being total jerks about her hanging with Randy. They're all fake curious, throwing around terms like diesel dyke and suggesting Randy needs a makeover. Like, who asked you? Evie tries defending her, but it's rough when everyone's watching and judging who you spend time with. Back at school, Randy's doing her whole schools for chumps routine while apologizing to Evie for landing them both in detention. But underneath that tough girl act, she's crushing hard. She leaves this note for Evie, kinda poetic, talking about summer trees and grass smells, ending with the million-dollar question, are we broken up or not? Bold move for someone who claims they weren't even dating. Just when Evie's trying to sort through her feelings, her mom drops a bomb. Dad might be London-bound. Mom's spinning it like it's the opportunity of a lifetime, but Evie's too overwhelmed to react. While they're cooking dinner, her mom goes on about how they've dodged life's major disasters. But Evie's not feeling it. She accidentally spills something and just snaps. Her mom tries to smooth things over, but Evie feels like her whole life is falling apart. Meanwhile, at Randy's place, it's chaos as usual. Her sister Lena's ranting about getting misgendered at work, and Mum's nagging Randy about graduating before getting that tattoo she's been talking about. The whole family jumps in with opinions about jobs, school, and following your dreams. They bicker, but there's love there. They're broke, but they've got each other's backs. Evie's stressing over how to answer Randy's note. Will she sound stupid? Does Randy even care? Then panic sets in. What if someone else found the note? What if Randy never got her reply? So she tracks Randy down at the gas station with this lame excuse about car trouble. Regina, at the front desk, is throwing major side-eye, but Randy sees through Evie's act right away. Finally, Evie admits the truth. I got your note. When? Randy asks, trying not to sound too eager. A couple of days ago, Evie says, her voice barely above a whisper. And just like that, everything between them shifts. That weird electric thing that's been buzzing around them whenever they're together. It just got cranked up to 11. They're standing on the edge of something that could change everything, and neither one knows whether to jump or step back. So Randy and Evie are finally getting to the good stuff, opening up about their lives while dancing around this electric thing between them. Randy spills about her family drama. Parents split up, Dad trying to make up for it with a car. Classic divorce guilt gift. Evie's just soaking it all in, not sharing much about her fancy life yet. There's this crazy nervous energy buzzing around them, like they both know something's about to happen. Then Randy drops this bomb. I've been thinking about holding your hand all day. Just puts it out there. But Evie, bless her sheltered heart, is like, is that safe? And man, that hits different. Randy has to explain the harsh reality that something as simple as hand-holding could get them hurt. It's that moment when Evie realizes her privilege bubble and she's practically begging Randy to unshelter her. They end up at this diner, having this cute moment over coffee with some waitress who's seen it all. Evie's all wide-eyed and new to everything while Randy's trying to play it cool, but clearly digging Evie's innocence. The chemistry is off the charts, but they're still tiptoeing around naming what's happening. Poor Randy's stressing about inviting Evie over for dinner. She's running through every possible scenario in her head like it's some complex military operation. What if Evie says no? What if she thinks their house is weird? But when she finally spits it out, Evie says yes without missing a beat. And Randy's internally doing cartwheels. Dinner at Randy's is a whole different universe for Evie. It's loud, messy, people talking over each other. The complete opposite of her quiet, proper family dinners. Vicky's running the show in the kitchen, shooing Evie away when she tries to help. Everyone's cracking jokes, telling embarrassing stories, and when they all sit down together, it's like some rare cosmic alignment that they're all at the table at once. But there's this weird vibe from Vicky toward Evie. After dinner, Randy tries to smooth it over. Vicky's just hard to get to know, but Evie's not buying it. She wonders if it's because she's the rich girl who casually drops, "When I was in Paris," into conversation. That invisible class line is suddenly very visible. though Randy insists it's all good. Then it happens. The kiss. Their first kiss. For Evie, it's like her whole world shifts on its axis. She's never done this before, never kissed a girl, never felt this rush. She pulls back, totally overwhelmed with Walt Whitman's words echoing in her head. I sing the body electric, hits different when you're having your sexual awakening. The best part? Instead of freaking out and running for the hills, Evie just lets herself feel it all. For once in her perfect planned life, she's actually living in the moment. And damn, what a moment it is. So Evie and Randy are walking this tightrope between keeping their things secret and straight up combusting from the tension. Evie's trying to act normal, but she's a bundle of nerves. Meanwhile, Randy's doing her usual joking around, clutching a popsicle and blaming her flushed face on some imaginary bug bite. Like, girl, we all know what's really got you hot and bothered. Then Evie drops this bomb about staying over for her birthday weekend. No parents, just them. The house to themselves. She's all hesitant when she says it, like she's both terrified and thrilled about what might happen. Randy plays it cool, but you can practically see her brain short-circuiting at the invitation. Of course, right when things are getting good, Wendy rolls up in her fancy car with her "I'm so unbothered" energy that immediately puts Evie on edge. There's this weird moment where Wendy asks about you-know-who that just screams ex-girlfriend drama. The jealousy hanging in the air is thick enough to cut with a knife. Then bam, Evie's friends corner her about what they've discovered. The ultimate, "So you're gay now?" interrogation. They're fishing for labels, explanations, anything that fits their narrow worldview. But Evie? She's done playing that game. She just lays it out. She loves Randy. Full stop. No qualifiers needed. Rebecca really takes the cake though, hitting her with that classic "but you don't seem gay" garbage, like there's some checklist Evie failed to complete. Adding that cherry on top with "you're ruining your life" comment. Evie basically draws her line, take me as I am or get lost. And in that moment, the real friends separate from the fake ones. Evie's mum is completely clueless about the whole situation, bustling around with last-minute instructions before heading out for the weekend. She's all, "Don't forget to water the plants," while Evie's thinking about how her entire life is about to change. Classic mom move. Then Randy shows up, and suddenly Evie's house feels different. Smaller, more electric. They're flipping through old photos, Randy getting this rare glimpse into Evie's past. It's all laughs and teasing until you notice that undercurrent of something bigger building between them. They break out some food, wine, even a joint, just going all in on this rebellion thing. It's like they're creating this little bubble where nothing exists except the two of them. And as the night goes on, it's not a question of if they're going to cross that line. It's when. The countdown has definitely begun. Randy and Evie are crammed into this sketchy motel room that smells like decades of cigarettes and bad decisions. Their grand escape plan is already unraveling at the seams. Randy's pacing the floor, muttering about money and reality checks, while Evie sits on the bed looking both defiant and terrified. "What did you expect?" Evie snaps when Randy questions their situation for the 10th time. "My mother was practically showing me the door. You wanted me to stay and what? Pretend I'm someone I'm not?" Randy runs her hands through her hair, frustrated. I didn't think it would come to this, hiding out in some crappy motel like criminals." The weight of their decision hangs between them. How something as simple as holding hands in public turned them into outcasts overnight. Two girls in love, suddenly with nowhere to go. The shrill ring of the motel phone cuts through their argument. It's Rebecca, Randy's aunt, and she is beyond pissed. Frank, bless his heart, tries covering for Randy, claiming she's in the shower. But Rebecca's not buying it for a second. "I have a letter here from Wallace High School." Rebecca's voice crackles through the phone. Whatever that letter says has her ready to explode. Meanwhile, Evie makes her own desperate call to Randy's house, but gets her mother instead. Big mistake. The moment her mom hears Evie's voice, she goes nuclear. "Where are you? Where's Randy? You get home right now." Evie slams the phone down, heart racing. Randy looks over, immediately knowing what happened. "She knows," Evie whispers. Back at Frank's place, Rebecca's reading the school letter aloud. Randy won't graduate. Too many missed credits, too many absences, too much time spent with Evie instead of studying. Frank tries to defend her, suggesting alternatives like a GED or summer school, but Rebecca's having none of it. "This is not the future I wanted for her," Rebecca shouts, the letter crumpled in her fist. When Randy finally calls home, Rebecca pounces, "Where are you?" Randy plays it cool, claiming she's on the road. Rebecca's response is immediate, "Get home now!" before Randy hangs up with a frustrated slam. "Rebecca knows I'm not graduating," Randy tells Evie, sinking onto the bed. "This is so fucked." Evie pulls out a small wad of cash she managed to scrape together. "We have options," she says, trying to sound more confident than she feels. "We can leave. We can stay." Their moment of planning is interrupted by another call. Frank warning that Randy's mom is on the verge of a breakdown. The situation is spiraling faster than either girl can handle. What they don't know is that an unlikely alliance has formed. Mrs. Roy, Evie's mother, has teamed up with Rebecca. Two women who've never met, united by one goal, finding their daughters. Adding to the chaos, Wendy's husband, Ali, storms into Frank's apartment, convinced his wife is helping the runaway girls. He's not wrong. Wendy, having swiped some cash from Ali earlier, is already on her way to the motel. When she arrives, she hands over the money with casual confidence. "Don't worry about it," she shrugs. "Ali will never notice it's gone." For a brief moment, Randy and Evie feel a flicker of hope. Maybe they can make this work after all. Then comes the pounding on the door. Ali's found them. Wendy steps out of the bathroom like nothing's wrong. "Would you stop yelling? It's early." When Ali demands answers, Wendy spins a tale about Evie running from an abusive boyfriend, trying to buy the girls some time. But the knocking continues, more insistent now. Randy and Evie look at each other, their hands instinctively finding each other. There's a quiet understanding between them. Whatever comes next, they'll face it together. When they finally open the door, it's worse than they imagined. Evie's mom, Randy's aunt, and what feels like half the town are staring at them with a mix of anger, worry, and judgment. Evie speaks first, finding courage she didn't know she had. "I'm not going home if it means giving her up." Randy stands taller, squeezing Evie's hand. "We love each other. That's not changing." The adults are momentarily speechless. The raw honesty catches them off guard. Finally, Evie's mother sighs, her anger giving way to exhaustion. "You're coming home, but this conversation isn't over." Rebecca tries to maintain her stern expression but can't quite pull it off. "Well, at least let's get some breakfast first." The tension breaks, just slightly. Randy and Evie exchange a small, secret smile. They don't know what tomorrow holds. More arguments, more judgment, maybe even more running. But in this moment, they've won something precious. They've stood their ground. They've refused to be ashamed. As they walk out of the motel room, still holding hands, the words of Whitman echo in Evie's mind. Different now, changed by experience, made their own. This isn't an ending. It's a beginning. Messy, uncertain, but real. And that's what matters most. And that's the incredibly true adventure of two girls in love, a chaotic, heartfelt, and undeniably charming sapphic classic. What did you think of Randy and Evie's love story? Did their rebellious escape make you root for them even more? Let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed this recap, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss another sapphic love story. And if you're craving more WLW movie breakdowns, stick around. There's plenty more where this came from. Thanks for watching Sapphic Nook. See you in the next one.